Hey, what is going on, you careless cactor? And today we're playing some games with Mew-GX. I've been playing a ton of this over on the stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. I stream there every single day, or just about. I usually take one day off a week. Anyways, yeah, been playing a ton of Mew-GX over there, and I've just been liking it a lot. It's pretty standard, nothing really new. I just wanted to show off some Mew-GX gameplay to you guys. I don't play the Gengar and Mimikyu, which is currently my 61st card. When I had it in here, I just wasn't using it a whole lot, but I did have those games where it was really cool, really nice. I'd also have games where I'd use the house and then later on it wouldn't matter, but it was really my only best option in the moment. But yeah, that is my 61st card right now. I just don't know where I would fit it. Everything in here feels so essential. I utilize it so consistently, so often that yeah, I just don't see where the room is to fit that Gengar Mimikyu in, but it is my 61st card. So if you guys find some room for it in this list somewhere, let me know in the comment section down below, because I would love to get it in here. Also wanted to mention, if you guys are looking to get Vivid Voltage Codes cards, go over to channelfireball.com. If you want to support me, use code AzulGG. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. Like I said, nothing special. We're weldering to our Mewtwo to set up a bunch of these different attacks that utilize mostly fire energy, like the Flare Strike or the Flare Blitz, and we got the Psychic Energy in here as well, so we can use stuff, not either of these, sometimes severe poison against something like an Altaria, but usually something like the Venom Shot. We have this guy in here that can utilize Psychic Energy through the Psychic, that is good against Centiskorch. I had this guy cut for a little while, but I regretted it. He's back in there now. And yeah, that's it. Welder Mewtwo, guys. Let's get into some games. All right, getting into our first game here. We are going first, which it depends on the matchup if we want to go first or second. If we're up against decks that have like Crushing Hammers, going second is usually a little bit better. That we can Victini turn one, or just get off the Welder first. I think we're just gonna go attach pass here. I don't really see a reason to do. We could thin out the deck of quite a bit of attackers, but I want to give them Hearth. And it looks like we are in a mirror match. So maybe I do want to, like, oh man, so it looks like we're in a mirror match. They could knock me out turn one with something like Double Blaze. So maybe I want to attach like a benched Mewtwo instead, and maybe even switch to the bench. Something on the bench, so I could grab something to put on. I could like put Victini V in play and switch into the Victini V for the turn or something like that. We do have 3 switch left. Yeah, I guess this makes a little bit more sense. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Cherish Ball. I can attach to this Mewtwo now. We can thin out like an important Pokemon, like, I don't know, Reshizard's just kind of good. So we can go bench Victini, switch into Victini, attach the Mew 3, and then Dedenne change. Don't give them access to Hearth, even though we are putting the Victini in the active. Still no reason to give them access to Hearth. And this is a really good hand for the next turn. Let's see what they've got. I'm interested to see if it is a mirror match. I think if I just saw this, I would be like, it's probably a mirror match, but I guess it could be any other kind of firebox deck. Even Baby Blound are starting to run one of Reshizard in the deck, but I see this Indeedee here, so that makes me definitely think that this is a mirror match that's going down. And our hand's pretty insane, actually, for a follow-up turn here. Yeah, our hand's pretty sick. About as good as it gets, I guess. But it depends on what their active is, because I don't really want to. Oh, but there's a Melodic, so I think it is a firebox deck, actually. Yeah, there goes the Rhyperior. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a firebox deck. This guy we still have to be scared of with the Psychic return KOing our Mewtwo. But I think they are going to go with the Double Blaze. Well, yeah, they're going with the Double Blaze here, so we have to respond with Mew 3 knocking this out through Flare Blitz, I think, and then, but I don't have an answer for the Indeedee after that, I don't think, as well. Like, how do I? That's my GX attack. If I Welder 2 here, attach, I don't have a 3 energy attack that can knock out the Indeedee, but I guess I could stamp to 1 and then just establish a new Mewtwo and then kind of go from there. Because this thing won't do any damage to anything that besides a Mewtwo. So if I stamp to 1, set up Indeedee, oh, they're just going with the Outrage here. All right. Well, now I think I just want to go Energy Burst into Mewtwo, follow up with some weaker attack, and then we'd be able to set up another Mewtwo to respond with this. Yeah, so this seems pretty good to me. We can start to thin out the deck pretty aggressively here. I don't really know what I want access to for sure, so I think I'm just gonna Hearth away the Hearth and just hold all the options. Because I think we have, or Flare Blitz was prized anyways. We have this guy, which is our most important attacker. So Mewtwo down, attach here should be safe. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and Energy Burst for 150. Could hit for 180, but the energy on the Mewtwo seems a little bit better. So this seems pretty good to me. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Hit this. Now we can follow up with an attack like the Crushing Punch or something like that, while establishing more energy on our next Mewtwo. then they'll go knock this out, or they'll knock on my Mewtwo with Indeedee. Potentially, they still have to actually hit that play. It looks like they are probably going to Welder to their Indeedee here. I guess they could also have Great Catcher here. There's a boss take, actually. So they're going to go after something on my bench. This is interesting. I guess they're going to probably bring up a Mew3 and punch it, but then I can just switch back into this guy in Energy Burst and then Welder to this Mewtwo as well. Yeah, so this doesn't do a whole lot for them, I don't think. I would like, if I was them, I would have just like knocked this thing out, I think. Because if I just have a switch here, they can't attack with anything next turn. They don't have anything set up to attack with. So if I switch this to the bench, it's not like they can boss it again and then boss this and knock that out. Because they have to Welder at some point in here somewhere to actually set up again. To set up an attacker to actually attack. They can't attack right now. Yeah, a little bit curious of a play from my opponent here. I think suboptimal for sure. Now we have a big outrage to utilize through this guy as well, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. Gonna go ahead and play Cherish Ball, find a Pokemon to thin out. Definitely the Naganadel. We got this Welder here, so I'm gonna go ahead. Naganadel, get 2 energy. Yeah, just back into the Victini. I would have even harder treated there, and I would have been content with a harder treat as well. I think for sure. Got the Aura Energy. And then once again, we're just swinging Energy Burst, Knockout. Keep everything. Keep the Quick Balls. Keep the Pokégear. Looking good. We can get Horror Energy, Stamp, see what else. And there's the Charizard. We probably won't need him anymore, but it doesn't hurt to have him around. Yeah, we should just win here in 2 attacks. They can't knock out either of my Mewtwo, so if we just get a Welder next turn, which we probably can guarantee. I think my Eldegoss was in the deck, so we can just Eldegoss, put a ton of energy in play. I'll just go Outrage KO this, probably attach the Horror Energy here, Outrage KO, and then this guy's set up with energy, could Welder a 4th energy down here. What Hearth will just stay in play if I don't bump it with my Marshadow, and then this guy just cleans up with Naganadel Snipe, or if somehow they KO this, which I don't think is possible, then we can Naganadel Snipe with this guy as well. So yeah, should be just a dub here at this point, I think. Let's start with this Pokégear, see what it gets. It does get me the Welder. So we're gonna outrage with this guy. We just have so much set up at this point. It feels like I can't lose. I'm gonna go ahead and Hearthway this, grab that last fire into hand. Don't really need to Dedenne change here, so I'm not going to, I don't think. Gosh, yeah. Welder 1 energy here, I think. Maybe I could have Welded 1 active to hard retreat. All right, we're gonna quick ball away some of these Mewtwo's. I'm gonna grab that, use that to grab the Muk. I could also grab this Victini. I guess we could grab the Muk. Quick ball away the Muk. And I could grab the Indeedee here to heal 20 off my Victini. I could also just leave that damage on my Victini. Indeedee heal Victini. Don't do that. Kind of torn here. Could also put the Marshadow in play. I think I like the Marshadow grab a little bit better because I can bump the stadium whenever I want now. I'm gonna retreat. Excuse my sneeze. And then I think just attach a fire here. And then just outrage. Knock out the double. And then we have, yeah, 1 prize card left. 1 Mewtwo fully loaded on the bench. A Mewtwo in the active that can pretty much KO anything we would need it to. My Eldegoss was prized. So Reset Stamp is like my opponent's out here. But how much of an out is it actually? Not that much of an out, to be honest. Because we're just set up really well. Yeah, it doesn't, like, they could Reset Stamp us, but we just need an energy. Actually, we have 2. I don't even think there was no out. I think there was no route, there was no out, and we get the dub over our opponent's Firebox deck. All right, into another one, won the coin flip, so we will be going first. Once again, blind. That's a Muk. That's not good. We can attack with Muk turn 2, so it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. A poison absorption, or even the severe poison, is like not that bad, actually. Not ideal. Our opponent did mulligan. Ooh, we're up against a Mewtwo mirror here. They're playing the Water Mewtwo deck. I don't really know if I'm gonna favor one or the other, but Mewtwo would have been nice. But they can't KO us next turn. We could just go for the nasty goo mix as soon as next turn and just see how the game plays out from there. I don't hate it. Yeah, I guess. Let's go for an early nasty goo mix and let's just see what happens. Let's go for a turn 2 goo mix. Sometimes the Water Mewtwo decks only play Air Balloon as ways to move their Mewtwo's around, so we could actually just kind of win the game from this nasty goo mix. Or they usually only play like 2 switch, but I've seen a couple lists that actually like only play Air Balloon. So it would be really nice to be able to take advantage of that. And just, yeah, Nasty Goo Mix turn 2, pretty much. Oh, there's the Marnie. So we had our hand set up to pull off that play, but it's going away as we are getting Marnie here. Let's see what we get. Not as good of a hand. Not as good of a hand. No Welder. So we Quick Ball, get rid of a Fire Energy. I don't even know what I want to grab. Maybe the Victini to like reset up. We could go for the Indeedee actually. So it'd be a good time to grab Indeedee. Then attach active, Dedenne change. I guess we do have the Indeedee to work with as well. So that's really good for us there. Oh, they got the Air Balloon. They didn't run away though. All right. Quick Ball here. Indeedee's prized. So the card I wanted as an option on the following turn is not here. So we're gonna grab the Victini then, I think. A little bit harder to find because we can use Cherish Ball to find like Mewtwo's and stuff. Plenty of Welders in the deck, plenty of energy. All right, looks fine. Attach Victini, Dedenne change, and we're looking for that Welder. There we go. We got a Hearth to work with as well. Man, what do I even get? I think I just Giant Hearth away the Mewtwo and keep the options of everything else open. I think I'm just gonna do this. Welder to the Muk, and we're gonna hit him with that Nasty Goo Mix and just kind of see where the game. I don't even want to bench this. I don't want to put a second 3 prize Pokemon in play. I just don't want to put it in play. Yeah, we're gonna see where the game goes from here. I'm interested to see where it goes. I have no idea how the game is gonna play out from here. We also don't have a Psychic on this Muk yet, so we can't even pressure the anything. Even if we get these 3 prize cards off of this Mewtwo, we have no way to do anything else with this Muk yet. But we could get a Horror Energy from somewhere and then start using Poison Absorption or that Severe Poison, something. We want to use something here. Second Mewtwo's getting set up. Here comes that Ice Dance, getting some energy on the Frostmoth. All right, that's fine. It looks like they are maybe giving up on this active Mewtwo. Oh, I didn't even see that. They went down 2 switch turn 1. Wait, when did they go down 2? Did they Dedenne change after they Marnied? Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I was not paying attention. That completely went over my head. I have no idea when that happened. It did happen. They're also down there Eldegoss now. That's actually something I've never seen in this is the first time I've seen the Eldegoss in the Water Mewtwo deck. I mean, it's not a bad card though. Eldegoss is such a great card, but I feel like, I mean, even when I played this deck, I feel like the bench space never allowed for something like that to really consistently be in play. I don't know how they would be able to consistently keep that in play. Yeah, for sure. Just didn't see it. All right, Mewtwo is down. It worked the Nasty Goo Mix GX, and it was better than I thought because they apparently went down 2 switch at some point, and I just wasn't paying attention. So, went better than I thought it would. That is for sure. There we got the Psychic Energy. So now we can just bring up this Mewtwo and punch it for 140 damage, which sounds pretty good to me. I think we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna go Hearth away the Naganadel. Gonna take these fires here. We have an Eldegoss in the deck, so we can always Quick Ball for Goss. I don't plan on losing this hand anytime soon. Boss that up. I'm gonna put the Marshadow in play. Once again, I'm a little bit weary of putting this Mewtwo in play, so I'm gonna hold off on that, and then we're just gonna go ahead and hit him with that Poison Absorption for 140 damage. We are simply 3 damage away from winning this one now at this point. We got Quick Ball for Goss for Boss. If this Mewtwo attacks, we can just knock it out with the Victini. If they knock out my Muk with the Mewtwo, which is the one that they have their energy on right now, we can just get Goss for Welder and then use the Energy Burst to take out this Mewtwo. So we got them set up. This is pretty good. If they attack with Keldeo here, we can, yeah, Goss for Boss. It's, yeah, pretty insane setup here. I don't see us losing this one. I don't see us losing it. I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win this one for sure. We're in a ridiculously good spot here. Yeah, and their bench is locked now at this point. They can't even get like a fresh Mewtwo into play to work with, which is their big attacker in this matchup. There go the Snobs and a Maw. So if I ever get into a weird situation where we want to take out this Frostmoth, they probably can't set up another one. But if I'm bossing a Frostmoth to do 90 damage, I probably should just boss this Mewtwo and knock it out. Yeah, here comes that Keldeo. Like I said, though, we got the Quick Ball for the Goss for the boss to bring the Mewtwo back up into the active and then take it out. So, hey, I think we got him here. I think that's game. Quick Ball, get rid of Mewtwo, grab the Goss. Boss gonna go ahead and grab me that boss. Boss gonna bring up the Mewtwo, and then another poison absorption to finish this one out. Yeah, there we go. Goodbye, Mewtwo. And we get another dub here, this time over that Frostmoth, that water Mewtwo deck. Okay, getting into another one. We won the coin flip again. Let's go ahead and let's go first. Almost, it was a solid hand. We could have just got it. You know, all we really want turn one going first is an attached to a Mewtwo. Maybe to use a Dedenne change depending on the opening hand. Because being up to Dedenne change twice over 2 turns is plus that many more cards we potentially get to see. So it can be a big difference maker. Uh-oh. Muk is back. Yeah, Muk's back. Started the Muk again. We could commit to the Muk. Unfortunately, this time, I mean, we have the Welder. We don't have the energy for it, though. There's a Heart, though. All right. It looks like our opponent opened the Centiskorch. I'm just going to get a Mewtwo attached to it and pass here. If it ever makes its way. There we go. Made its way down. Attach, pass. We do have the potential for that turn 2 Flare Strike going on here, which is like a really good play in this matchup. Turn 2 Flare Strike is super good against like an active Centiskorch if it gets stuck active, something like that. So we got that set up, looking good. In this matchup, also the Indeedee is really nice. And then late game, Nasty Goo Mix plus Reset Stamp, also very solid. Just kind of depends on how the game fully plays out. So we'll see what else our opponents got cooking here. There's the quick ball. Yeah, they ideally want to be using that Flare Starter, which looks like it is on the way here. And then we can try and respond to the Flare Starter with the crushing punch of the Incineroar, and then get like another energy setup somewhere. And if they respond with a 1-hit KO on our Mewtwo, it would be nice to have another energy on a Mewtwo, but we could also just go in with the Indeedee if we can find the Indeedee. So we got a couple different options if they do get the 1-hit KO. That's kind of the big question here. Oh, there's just a Marnie. So our hand was really good to kind of do whatever we wanted with on the next turn, and now it's all gone as we do get Marnie here. Still Welder and Hearth drawn into though, so they do play Crushing Hammer. That's a Tails though. All right, very good. Love to see it. Didn't get the Welder this turn, but they can still Welder next turn and still get the 1-hit KO on our Mewtwo. So our Mewtwo is not safe yet. Very close to being safe. We're just, yeah, not quite there yet. Scorch V getting loaded up. I think I'm just gonna be content with Giant Hearthing away the Eldegoss here, because I think we're gonna probably have to Dedenne change this hand maybe as soon as this turn, to be honest. We'll have to see what we draw here. Not gonna be this turn. I don't have an attack to use either. A little bit awkward here. The Hearth will probably stick around, so I kind of want to get this extra energy in play on another Mewtwo. Yeah. So the Hearth is probably sticking around. Should go ahead and pass because we don't really have another option here. Just gonna have to go with the pass. It's fine though. If our opponent one-shots our Muk, we do have that Stamp Nasty Goo Mix response. Or we could look to try and get into the Indeedee, which is possible for us to be able to use Indeedee as a follow-up 1-hit KO response to the Centiskorch. That would be the most optimal line for us to take, but pretty awkward to get into when we've seen so few cards. But I guess if we top like a Quick Ball or something, could send up this Mewtwo, top that Quick Ball or the Indeedee, put that on the bench, Welder 2 to it. We top deck the Quick Ball. We have the Quick Ball with a switch in the stamp, but then we could hard retreat this Mewtwo if we had to. I don't really like the idea about that too much, but it's not the worst thing ever, that's for sure. So yeah, it really depends on what our opponent has here and what they decide to do. They could also do something like Boss, punch a Mewtwo, High Heat Blast with just the Baby Volk, which it looks like they're setting up to do here. It's just High Heat Blast, punch the Muk. It's also like pretty fine for the scenario for them, to be honest. Like that's just like a solid play there for sure. Just to punch the Muk. More Centiskorches, but now we can look to go, once we get through this Baby Volk, we can go knock out the Centiskorch VMAX somehow. We'll figure it out, and then go after this in Dedenne. Would be our 6 prize cards there, or the Victini, I guess. Maybe the Victini somehow makes its way into the active, but we'll have to wait and see what actually makes its way into the active here. Gonna have to research off the Hearth, I believe, so that means they probably have a Welder in hand. If they're gonna give up a draw supporter, it means they're probably playing a draw supporter, so Welder to this Centiskorch, I think is most likely to happen here. Once again, we'll see here. Yeah, there's the Welder. I guess they could split the energy if they were feeling... I mean, committing all to this guy kind of makes sense to me. So yeah, it's all coming down to this one Centiskorch here. Building it up, Yeah, 1 energy away from knocking out a Mewtwo. So, I mean, they could still knock us. Oh, no, they can't knock us out anymore this turn because they did attach here. They could knock this out with Heatran, but that seems like a tad aggressive, I think. That leaves them in a little bit of an awkward spot on the next turn if I return knock it out, which I most likely would. There's the Indeedee. Okay, this changes things quite a bit, I feel like. I almost want a Welder to the Indeedee now. Yeah, we got the Indeedee, which is kind of crazy, actually. I did not expect to top deck the Indeedee like that. I think we Welder to the Indeedee here. Or putting no energy on it as well also feels good. Then they could just boss knock it out, and then we get to punch the Centiskorch, and they punch us, and then we already lost a reset stamp, which feels really bad, but do this heal at the very least. Now, yeah, the question is just, do I Welder to the Mewtwo, this Mewtwo, Welder to the Indeedee? I like the Welder to the Indeedee. Still have not found a way to attack with my Mewtwo this turn. Hopefully we find something off of this. I probably Crobat, because then we can Dedenne change afterwards, potentially still. We want, like, ideally we want the Crushing Punch, but not guaranteed here at all. We have to go with, like, a Flare Strike. That would be okay as well. That looks like that is what we have to go with here if we want to get this knockout. And I do kind of want to take this knockout here. Our follow-up's a little bit weak. But it's not that bad, I don't think. We have the other stamp in hand as well. Yeah, benching. I think the biggest thing here is actually just benching the oh wait, I had the poison absorption. I did not need to bench the Reshizard. I forgot about the poison absorption on the Muk. I could have held the Reshizard, simply attached the horror energy, used that poison absorption. So big mistake from me there. My bench is now getting kind of locked up, which is not good. Yeah, all I had to do was attach the psychic and then poison absorption. All right, big mistake from me there. Lost the bench space. Yeah, I don't know. I never use this attack. I think I even mentioned that. I feel like we did just use it in the last match, actually, but rarely use it is what I should say, I guess. Rarely use the poison absorption. Did not think about it. I was locked in on the Incineroar or the Flare Strike. Forgot about the Poison Boy. Poison absorption works out super well there. Would have been super clean to like get this this KO here on that baby Bulk. Don't have to bench the Reshizard. Save the bench space. Now we're in a little bit of trouble. Maybe just because that bench space being taken up, we could be in a little bit of trouble for sure. Here comes a Welder from my opponent. They also play Crushing Hammers, which could still become super annoying. They've hit 2 tails so far, but 2 left. A couple heads would be game changing here. Now if they boss KO my Indeedee, I'm trying to think about where I want to go from here if they do boss KO Indeedee, but they've already Weldered, so they can't do that anymore. I was trying to think about, I didn't really think that game plan through. Like, what happens if they do that? I don't think I want a Muk yet, so I think we would maybe just go like Naganadel Snipe Dedenne. If we could get access to that. We don't have access to that play yet, but we could have gone with Naganadel Snipe Dedenne and to look for the Stamp to 1 play. We can actually KO this with Reshizard if we want to. Oh, not Reshizard. Big Charizard. Big boy Charizard. Because they took that 20 from the horror energy. So we could just do that and then Naganadel Snipe to Dedenne to win the game. We don't have to use Indeedee at this point, but it depends if we can draw into the Zard play or not. I'm kind of getting low on Switch, am I? I'm gonna go ahead and Giant Hearth away a Switch. Keep 1 around. Grab 2 fire. We're gonna Welder 2 to the active. Oh, the Zard is prized, so we have to rely on getting a horror energy here for my Indeedee. Okay, here we go. Pretty big deal. Whiffed so far, but we do have a Dedenne change to work with. So we're gonna Stamp. I'm gonna Marshadow away the Hearth so my opponent can't find fire energy, or make it a little bit harder. I mean, they might still be able to find it. Shutting hole. I could go with the GX attack of the Muk here. That is another option. But then if they just have a switch to retreat back, knock me out, we're gonna be in big trouble. Or switch, fire, retreat. They have a lot of stuff left, so I feel like that's a little bit greedy. I think we have 3 left. Let's just go for this and hope for the best. They have what? 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 1 fire left. All right, Dedenne change here. We're looking for that horror energy. Can we find it? The answer's no horror energy for us. We still have the hard retreat and then use Muk here. And I think that's what we have to go for. Oh no, we're out of fire. That's right, our last fire is prized. So do I just pass then? This has turned into a terrible scenario. I think we do. Man, I think we just passed. Yeah, wow. All right, so it developed very weirdly. For some reason, I thought I had an extra. It must be prized. My 10th fire must be prized. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. That is not optimal at all. Nope. No horror energy. There's still 3 left in the deck. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't even know where we go from here. Excuse my sneeze. Yeah, I don't even know where we go from here. I guess we just go into the Muk play on this, and then hope he gets knocked down, then snipe the Dedenne. I mean, they still have, what, 3 switches left? But I don't see... Oh, they're using one now. That's good. Yeah, so we could boss this one up even if we wanted to, because this one has more energy on it. Although... No, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, we just have to hope they don't have a switch at this point. Yep, I got nothing else. We have to just hope they don't have a switch. Let's see what we can do. We also need a one of those 3 horror energy, but we're gonna see quite a bit of our. We've seen quite a bit of our deck over 2 turns. Hopefully, we can find one of them. Oh, there it is. Next card, of course. I don't think we have any reset stamp left. Yeah, we're out of reset stamp. This is where we'd love to stamp to 1. I mean, I guess I'm gonna boss this one. I don't think it matters. I think we just have to muck and hope either way. I'm trying to like think if there's like any relevancy to like doing anything this turn. I could see further into my deck, but then if they stamp me, I'd want to see have these cards around, I guess. This thing could get knocked out coming into my turn, which could be a difference maker, I guess. Get access to 3 more cards. Okay, so let's do that. And then yeah, Nasty Gumix GX. Yeah, they get knocked out coming into my turn, which means plus 3 cards. I didn't really check my prize cards, so I could have my Force Switch or something prize, and they could just have like Boss on my Muk to try and stall me. Then I get to switch out of the prize cards, and it could be the difference maker. So go with this. They did use a switch last turn. I don't think they needed to. Maybe that'll come back to bite them. Nope. There's a switch. All right, guys. We're going to take an L here. We had a solid game plan. Just didn't hit it this time around. We're going to take the L to send a Scorch in this one. Yeah, we had a solid game plan. The Reshiram, me benching the Reshiram didn't come back to bite me too bad, I don't think. I don't think there was like a line we missed because of that. Our bat was already down at that point. Our Eldegoss in the discard pile, so the extra bench space didn't matter too much. But yeah, we're gonna lose here in the end to the Senna Scorch. We had a solid game plan. We just didn't hit it. You're not always gonna hit it. Sometimes you will whiff, and that's one of these games. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the games. If you did, give the video a like, enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.